Probably best to turn the microphone on, isn't it? So, hello. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for popping in. I thought it was probably best, oh you can hear this squeaky seat that I'm on. Bit of an update and a thank you and stuff about what's going on, and I'm going to answer some of your questions and just reply to some of your comments and queries about what I'm doing, where I'm at, and well, all sorts. As you see, the last few weeks has been pretty damn difficult for me. It's not been easy at all, so I've got a list of notes that I need to run through. First things first, the knee. That's the important thing in my life right now. It feels exactly the same as the day I did it, the day after I did it. I'm building on from that. I'll put some little footage over the top here. I went for my MRI on Sunday the 25th of February. I went for my MRI scan. And I've got the results of that. I went and got the CD from it again, you'll see this. I went and got the results from that. I got it burnt to CD there and then, so I could get it sent away to a clinician, a surgeon, doctor, whoever, so they could look at it as quickly as possible, because, as I will explain, speed is of the essence for me, and it's not necessarily just for the cycling. I need to make that very, very, very clear. One thing I definitely know is, from this, I do have a torn meniscus. Hopefully, it's not terrible. I need to go and get a knee arthroscopy done, and I'm going to explain now. So I sent the scan away to the clinic in Lithuania. Now, before anyone mentions the NHS, I love the NHS, they're brilliant, but there are big queues with the NHS, we know this, and I need fixing. They looked at it, they confirmed in Lithuania that I definitely need surgery. They're not sure at the moment whether something just needs removing or if I need a little implant in there. Again, it doesn't matter, it's happening on the 25th of March. That's 3 weeks away on Monday. As far as you're concerned, it's 3 weeks away tomorrow from the day that this video goes out. So that's great. The reasons why I'm doing this, right, as great as the NHS is, time's just a huge thing for them. You know, they've been stripped of a lot of funding, staffing issues, all sorts going on, and I fully sympathise with them. I got the letter this morning from them saying that they've booked me in for a consultation with a doctor on the 21st. That's 4 weeks after the MRI scan, and I simply cannot wait that long. To put it into perspective, so I've just seen a spider there. To put it into perspective, Alex fell again yesterday, just getting up, and he fell, and he can't get himself up off the floor. A lot of people do not fully understand the severity of the condition. Alex has Becker muscular dystrophy. He's 23, but his Becker it's pretty severe. He really, really struggles, not just physically, but mentally with it as well. And obviously that has knock-on effects for the rest of the family and the support group. We were going to Nottingham a couple of weeks ago, as he lives in. He had a PhD interview, and it takes him about an hour to pluck up the courage just to get out of bed. Now his bed's raised, and it's raised so it's easier for him to get out of bed. And it simply takes him 10 minutes to be able to stand up straight, to be able to build the confidence to just hobble across his room, just to move across his room. It is hard for him, it's very, very hard. And obviously, you know, anyone who's known anyone like this, it's not a case of just get on with it. He can't be in a manual wheelchair because it affects his arms, well, it affects his limbs and his heart, of course, because that's part of the condition he's got. He's on lots of meds for this. So he can't push himself around the house, or he can't push himself anywhere. So he needs somebody around 24/7, which is why I work from home, because Julia, wife, needs a job as well. We need to have an income, you know, we can't do this. Carer's allowance is laughably small. It's 75 quid a week, I think. And that's for looking after someone for 35 hours. So it's just over £2 an hour. And that's not a viable option, is it? So yeah, Alex needs help. and I need to be able to pick him up, and when I pick him up I need to be able to use my legs. It really hurts to put an extra 55, 60 kilos on that leg whilst trying to pick him up. So that is the reason why I am going to Lithuania on the 25th to get knee arthroscopy. The NHS will be a lot longer. They will not put me on a priority list even though I am a primary carer, which again is disappointing, but I get it, ish. You know, it's upsetting, it really is, but other people need more urgent medical treatment, so, you know, they're in a pickle. What can they do? I can't expect any more of them. So, and the other reason is, I was looking at private here in the UK. It's possible, but it was 350 quid for the MRI scan, which I got done for the NHS within 2 weeks, and then it's 4.5 grand for the arthroscopy. It's a third of the price in Lithuania. And the availability is quicker as well. But more for myself, okay, so let's talk about me and cycling again. Now, as you can see, I am back on the watt bike. Those of you that will see my Strava will see that I am cycling on the watt bike only, which is just under where you are now. I'm cycling on the watt bike, not pushing it at all. Not pushing it at all. I am climbing, and again, I'm doing very, very, very gentle stuff, especially on the left leg. I'm actually getting more tired in the arms because I'm relying on my grip strength more to not do climbing on that leg, and I'm not bouldering at all. I'm just not, because it's gonna do much more permanent damage, and that is the very last thing I want from this. It really is. But mentally, yeah, I am so drained right now. I've had a really crap week mentally. I've been in a proper crappy place, and thankfully I've got a great family and a great set of friends around me that do shout out for me, and thank you to some of you guys as well that have got in touch privately, because you see it and you get it, and I really do appreciate that. It's tough. I don't like being injured. It's a very long time, especially with the year that I've got coming up, and naturally with how I need to deal with at home. It's cycling and climbing are my go-to places to be happy, especially outdoors, and not being able to do cycling outdoors either by myself or with mates or with the club, it is upsetting. Adding to that, I've put the weight back on that I'd lost, so that is a kick in the knackers, let's be honest. I eat for comfort food, and obviously when I'm used to eating an X amount of food a day, it's difficult not to do that, especially when I'm a bit down in the dumps. I've been eating a sort of extra exercise diet for years now, because I burn on average sort of 800 calories a day more than I would be living a sedentary lifestyle, and so I eat, and metabolism is sort of keeping up with that, but I've put a bit of weight back on. It's not the end of the world. It'll come. Yeah, it's just adding to the extra anxiety that I have about all of this. I am pretty desperate to get outside. I'm considering looking at the weather. Now, I'm less worried about the standing up thing now, because I've realised that when I stand up on the watt bike, I don't fully stand up. I don't know, and I can't honestly remember if I fully straighten my leg when I cycle on it, when I stand to climb. But I'm considering going out. I've got the bikes just down here. I'm considering going out on a nice weather day when I know it's going to be dry outside and I can trust myself on it. I'm sort of in between desperate to be outside and then looking after my leg. You get that? I really need to take it. That's priority. Obviously, I've got the Fred in, God, what is it? 9 weeks from now. I am still intending to take part. Now, depending on the severity of the surgery, that is purely dependent on that. If it is much more invasive and I need an implant, there's a chance I might not be able to ride a bike for months, so that's out. But if I can, and I can get straight back on, like some people have already said, I've listened to people who have had this same surgery who are cyclists and have been back on the bike within a couple of days. Now I can carry on doing what I'm doing. I am still going to be knocking out 200 miles this week in training, none of it hard. I think the mileage is good because it keeps my cardio up, but I want to be able to do some hill training. I have noticed actually on Strava my cadence has dropped. My average cadence at the moment is about 64, 65 I think. I'd have to check, but I'm protecting the knee so I'm rotating less, but that means putting a bit more power through it. But again, I think I'm putting more of that through the right foot and lifting with it more, just to compensate with the buggered knee. It is what it is. And obviously, I still have full plans for the Dragon Ride and the Nürburgring as well. They are things that I still want to be doing. I still very much goal driven to get them done as well. For me, they're not off the cards. The Fred for me at the moment is the most important because of the other stuff that I've got going on with it. It's important, but Paul's been great. He said I can defer till next year, but I really want to do stuff this year, especially with the other project that I've got going on with it. Yeah, I realise I'm prattling on, sorry. Last thing I want to say is thanks. Genuine, heartfelt thanks. Your support, your comments, yeah, just the advice that you give, it really does help. It makes a difference. And it's just nice to know that, you know, people do give a damn. I know I'm just a guy, I'm a tiny channel. I want this to be my lifetime job. It helps with that. Adding to the other anxieties is work anxiety. I'm not going into that. I've got a lot of stress going on with that at the moment. It's just adding all up together, but the support that I'm getting from you guys and my friends and family is amazing, and I love you. Thank you very much. It's appreciated. There's a lot of irons in the fire at the moment. There's a lot going on in here, and it's not just cycling based and family based, and it is other family, but there's a lot going on. Trust me. What you see on social media is, how should I say it? It's not the full picture, and it's difficult to try and give the full picture because I want to keep some things to myself. This isn't a full life blog, it's a cycling blog, and I want to keep it that way, which is why I want to get back out and do the nice things out in the sunshine and ride out with mates and do silly challenges. So yeah, a huge, huge, huge thank you. Really, you know, yeah. I'm going to leave it at that, and I'll bid you a farewell. I'll take my bins off because, you know, I'm tired when I'm having to put these on. I think I've covered everything there, but yeah, thank you. I just thought I'd let you know that I'm being as careful as I can. See you later.